everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my weekly makeup basket. Now before we get started, I quickly want to talk about what I'm wearing on my nails. Now on my nails I'm wearing a nail polish from the Hollow Hookup, and this is from Different Dimensions and it's called Pink Beach. And I'm also wearing some loose glitters from Glitter Lambs, and this is called Bubblegum Slush. Now this is a new series that I started. Now I pretty much want to talk about all of the makeup items that I use throughout the week. I do want to do this either every week or every other week, and I will be posting this video on Sundays. Now let's just go ahead and get started. I am going to start with the palettes because these are the larger items here in my makeup basket. Pretty much whenever I use a makeup item, I'm just going to throw it in my makeup basket. Now here I have a Z palette with all of my Colourpop items for the most part. I may have a few Makeup Geek items or Makeup Geek single eyeshadows in here, but for the most part these are all of my Colourpop eyeshadows. I do have another palette, but this is pretty much like my warm palette. I did use a lot of these peachy shadows this week. I'll leave in the description box the shadows that I used. I used these in conjunction with one of the Naked pigments. This is from Naked Cosmetics and this is in the color Urban Rustic. I did use this in 2 of my videos this past week. I love the Colourpop shadows. I used several of these up top. They're very pigmented and easy to blend, and I just love using them as kind of like companion shadows. And again, I did use them with this pigment right here. This is in the color Urban Rustic. It's just this really pretty like orangey coppery color. So I thought it would pair really well with these more like orangey tones. Very pretty colors. I think they're only like $5 or $6. I believe they're actually on sale right now for $4. But I highly recommend them. Those in the Makeup Geek are pretty much the only like single shadows that I own. So then I also used and I played around with the Sephora highlighting palette and the blush palette. Some of the shades in the blush palette, I think you could get away using them as highlighters. Like this shade right here, this shade right here, and this shade right here, I think you could get away using them as highlighters. So this shade right here I've actually used as a highlighter, and these two I've used as blush toppers. I guess you can use them as like shimmering blushes. The blush that I'm using on my cheeks today is this one, and then I've used this blush as well. It's a pretty light blush, but it does show up pretty pigmented on the cheeks. The only one I really haven't used is this bottom shade right here. I may use this in the winter time, but for right now I really haven't played around with this shade, but I think I will give it a go in the winter time. Now this highlighting palette, I've heard people say that it's a dupe, the Anastasia Glow Kit, the Nicole Guerrero one. I really do like this. It's really nice. I love this shade right here. It's like a peachy color. I like this pinky one. I like all of these. The 2 pinky shades, in my opinion, are pretty similar, but I think there's a subtle difference between them, but they are stunning highlights. They're a little bit on the powdery side, but I don't think they're very chunky. One of the things I heard about the Anastasia Glow Kit, the Nicole Guerrero one, is that they're very chunky, and I personally don't like chunky highlighters. So that's the reason I really enjoy this one. I think they're absolutely beautiful. I am wearing this peachy one on my cheeks today and on my inner corners, and I think it's an absolutely stunning highlighter palette. I have played around with several of these, and I think they're actually pretty inexpensive. So then I actually have a few eyeshadow items. I actually am wearing this one right here. This one is from Buxom. This is one of the like create your own eyeshadow palettes. So I did pick all of these colors out myself. The shade I am wearing is this green one right here. This is in the shade Prenup. This is the green that I'm wearing all over my lid today. So I have this green color, this blue color, a purple color, kind of like a plummy, like a pinky plummy color, This one is a duochrome color. So it's like a lavender color, but it has like a blue shift to it. Very, very pretty. I really like that one. And then this is like a champagne color because I really do love champagne, like a pinky champagne color. So I picked up pretty much only colors that I could wear all over my lid. And as you guys can see, they're absolutely gorgeous colors. They're very, very pigmented. They're stunning colors to wear all over the lid. And then what I paired with this today is the e.l.f. Mad for Matte palette. This is, in my opinion, a perfect companion palette. It's a very inexpensive palette. The colors that I use today are these two right here. I use these in my crease, and then this is kind of what I use as my transition shade, and then this is what I used to set my shadow. To set my primer, I mean. They're very, very soft and buttery shadows, very, very pigmented. They blend really, really nicely. So I think this is a great palette to pick up. They also have like a Mad for Matte 2 palette. I also have that one, and I kind of switch back and forth between those two depending on, you know, what shades complement the shadow, but I think these are definitely worth getting. So let's go ahead and talk about the other products that I'm wearing on my face today. I did use one of these Wet n Wild Megalast liners. This is in the color Misty Eyes. This is what I'm wearing on my waterline today. I picked these up a while ago. These are part of like a limited edition collection, and I really do like these. So every time I see that Wet n Wild comes out with one of these as a limited edition collection, I pick these up. They're very, very creamy. They don't irritate my eyes. They stay on there for a really, really long time, and I love them for just like a pop of color. So I have a few different colors, a few different fun colors. I have like a pink one, a yellow one, and a green one, I believe. And I think they're just really fun for just a pop of color. So if you guys ever see that Wet n Wild comes out with those for limited edition collections, I would definitely pick them up because I think they're worthwhile. And then on my lips, I have a combo. This is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil in the color Naked 2. And then this is the Urban Decay Matte Lipstick in the color Stark Naked. I know they've reformulated this lipstick, but I think they still have this as part of their permanent lineup. But this is pretty much the neutral lipstick that I go to whenever I'm wearing a bright color. I love this color. I love this formula. It's very comfortable on the lips, and it lasts for a really long time. And of course, I love pairing it with the matching lip pencil. So next I want to talk about these two. These are eyeshadow sticks. I have one from Bobbi Brown. This is the Longwear Cream Shadow Stick in the color Sand Dune. This is pretty much like a matte brown color. I use this in the crease, and then I wear this all over the lid. This is the Laura Mercier Caviar stick in the color Rosegold, and this is pretty much like my go-to everyday makeup look, and it's the quickest and easiest eye look that I can possibly do. I love wearing these two together, and once these set, so you do have to work with the Criss shade pretty quickly, but once it sets, it doesn't go anywhere. I love using these two together. So these have pretty much been like my go-to everyday eyeshadow look. Then I had an oldie but a goodie lip that I used this week. This is from Wet n Wild. This is in the color 902C Bare It All. This is one of the Wet n Wild matte lipsticks. This does tug a little bit, but that's just one swipe of this lipstick. However, they do end up drying down just a little bit. So if you want to kind of alleviate some of that dryness, I would suggest putting a little bit of like a clear gloss on top of it to kind of revive it just a little bit, or like wet it just a little bit. But I really love this formula. This is only like $1.99 at the drugstore. I think everybody's talked about it, and this is one of another one of my favorite nudes that I love pairing with a pretty bright or intense eye look. And then another nude that I was really liking this week, this is from Pure. This is called the Lippler. This is a hydrating lip lacquer. So that's the color right there, another nude. I pretty much picked all nudes this week. That's because I did some pretty colorful eye looks this week. But it does look pretty shiny. It is a pretty shiny lipstick, but I don't necessarily think it's a hydrating lipstick. This does set down a little bit. I feel like it has kind of that metallic finish, but it's not necessarily a hydrating finish. So I was testing this lipstick out, and I think I am going to declutter it from my collection because it did settle into my fine lines, and I just overall I really just didn't enjoy the formulation of it. And then I have 2 cheek products left. This one is from Cargo. This is one of their water resistant blushes in the color Los Cabos, and I love this color. I hate this packaging, but I love this color. This is one of my favorite blushes to wear in the summertime. So this is a gorgeous peachy pink color with a whole bunch of gold shimmer. It's pretty much a dupe for NARS Orgasm, but what I love about this one is that this one's a water resistant blush. So if you have oily skin, or if you're going to be out and about, it's the summertime, there's a lot of humidity, especially here in Maryland, there's a lot of humidity. This is gonna last on your cheeks all day. You can wear this in the pool, you can wear this out to go hiking, and it's not going to go anywhere. So I really love this blush. I love this color, and I love this formula. All of the Cargo water resistant blushes are just perfect. And then this is a brand new product I tried out this week. This is from Stila. This is the Heaven's Hue highlighter in the color Kitten. I love this formula. I think I want to pick up a few more of these highlighters. It's kind of like that soft, like pliable formula. If you push your finger into this, it'll actually leave like an indentation in here. But I love, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. I love this highlighter. You do have to pick it up with a denser brush, but it is absolutely beautiful. I did wear this week. I think I wore this in one of my videos, and I actually had to kind of buff it out a little bit because it was pretty intense and it was messing with the settings of my camera. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? It's not chunky, it's super metallic. You do have to use a certain brush with it in order to pick up the pigmentation because it is that different, that odd formula. So you do want to use a more dense brush. I use the Real Techniques setting brush with that, and it picks it up just fine. So you can never go wrong with the Real Techniques setting brush. So that's it. Those are all of the makeup products that I use during the week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below of any makeup products that you guys use this week, of any makeup products that you guys have been loving this week. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I currently post on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and then I'm going to be posting my weekly makeup baskets on Sundays, either every week or every other week. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.